happy everything. Um, Great to be here with all of you today. And I just, I want to apologize for last week, last Monday again. Yeah, it was just gone, just out of my head. So, yes, I apologize. The joys of aging. The joys of being permanently in menopause now. Yay! Um, Great to see you all here today. Marie, thank you for being here from sunny Florida, and happy Epiphany to you as well. I don't know what that is, but happy Epiphany. I'm assuming it sounds like a Catholic celebration. I just don't know what it is. Felicia, great to see you here from Frigid, Illinois. I know I have a furry lap blanket here on because it's pretty darn cold in Oregon as well. Judy, great to see you from Arizona. Awesome. And Angela, Happy New Year, my dear, all the way from Ireland. Yay! Awesome. And Grace, wonderful to see you here, my dear. And Jane, oh my gosh, lovely to have you here this morning. Happy New Year to you, my dear. The day the wise men found Jesus. Yeah, that would be an epiphany, wouldn't it? That would be a pretty life-altering epiphany. Okay, cool. Hey Jill, great to see you here, my dear. Happy New Year to you, also from Arizona. Wonderful. And Ricardo, hello, my dear, all the way from Portugal. Great to see you here. Happy New Year. And Cher, as always, so wonderful to have you. And yes, I am, that is the challenge now for those of us in the northern hemisphere, is staying warm. Although Marie doesn't have to worry about that in sunny Florida. Robert, great to see you here, my dear. Happy New Year. And Barbara, thank you so much. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but thank you for those wishes. And Sherry, lovely to see you here, also from Florida. Lucky you, lucky you. I just wanted to give you all a heads up that Mother's annual course, School of Love, is starting again soon. And just like last year, again, Mother's going to do a School of Love masterclass, which is free. And that will be on Friday the 17th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific U.S. time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. So if you're on the mailing list, you will get you'll get the link to sign up for that. And I'll try to remember to have it here next Monday, so I'll put the link in the chat, just in case you're not on my mailing list and you'd still like to sign up and enjoy Mother's incredible School of Love masterclass, because it is always very, very powerful, like just lifts the roof off for sure. So if that's something you're interested in exploring, definitely sign up for that. You have to sign up in order to attend, even though it is free to attend. And then we will roll right into opening registration for School of Love 2025, which is going to be so awesome. Mother has added something that I think is going to just be so incredibly powerful. We've never done it before, and I'm really excited about it. But you'll hear all about that on the night of the master class. I'll sort of give an overview of the course and all that kind of good stuff. Susan, great to see you here. Happy New Year from Tennessee. Yay! Looks like we have the world covered here. All right, so without further ado, let's go. All right, hold on just a minute. Hello, beloved ones. And for those of you that celebrate the new year at this time, Happy New Year. So today I'm going to focus a little bit on the year ahead. Now, this is not about predicting future events, but it's more about understanding the energy of this year itself and how you can best serve and be served in this coming year. So the first thing that I will tell you is that this is going to be again a year of taking care of some of the more glaring issues in your life. And I don't necessarily mean inner issues or core issues that you have developed with your acquired self, although that may very well be true. But I'm talking about health issues, both mental and physical, emotional health, things that you've been putting off, things that you have been not really paying attention to in the way that your body and your being has been asking you to pay attention. So the messages are just going to get louder and louder, unavoidable, glaring. This is your year of really getting out of the energy of denial, the energy of putting it to the back burner, procrastinating on very important things for your evolution, your growth, your expansion, your abundance. So this is the year where you will find it increasingly difficult to not tend to yourself and your life and your responsibilities to yourself, to others, in your community. As the energy of the old era starts to really move away from your collective experience, it is being recycled, repurposed, but it is becoming less and less dominant. And this new era energy is rising in prominence. So this energy does not carry a lot of dominance. So here's where it gets tricky. When you have lived most of your life in the older era, you developed patterns of living that were resonant or conducive to that older energy. So what can be both wonderful and difficult in living at a time where you are transitioning from an old energy to a new energy is that you're on a learning curve. Now, one of the great things about your spiritual pursuits, your inner growth, your expansion as a human being, is that you are uniquely qualified to do well in this new time. But there are still old ways of doing things that already, just in the last year, you have found don't work so well anymore for you. But you may be at a loss as to how to change that or how to do it in a new way that works both with who you are now and with this new energy that is rising daily. So I'd like for you to think of this year as a year of abundance. So oftentimes you all think about abundance as something good, something more of the good stuff, right? More love, more financial stability, more clarity, all those things. And that is a part of it. But there is also going to be an abundance of the need to accept your whole self as you are, to welcome your whole self, to embrace your whole self, to end the practice of marginalizing parts of yourself, dismissing parts of yourself, minimizing parts of yourself. That's what's not going to work, because that is not compatible with abundance. Abundance is always with you, right? Abundance is a part of life. You can step into and out of abundance. Your understanding or discernment with abundance can shift and evolve and change as you grow. But abundance is a part of life. There is a lot to living life. It can be an abundance of fear. It can be abundance of love. It can be a beautiful mixture of both. But if you calibrate your mind and turn your heart to this energy of abundance, this recognition that this is a year of abundance, and that means that you will be made aware of all the abundance in your life, the good stuff and the difficult stuff, right? So you may become aware that there is an abundance of denial, of dishonesty about yourself, an abundance of caring, of not caring for yourself, not taking good care of yourself, an abundance of not knowing how to take good care of yourself, and then an abundance of not really caring to find out, to discover what it means to take good care of yourself. But then there's also going to be an abundance of energy, of wisdom, of clarity available to you to move out of dishonesty, to move out of prejudice against self or parts of self. There's going to be an abundance of energy available to you to start to weave and create that inner feeling of abundance that will always translate into an outer experience of positive abundance. So it may in the beginning feel a little overwhelming, and you may experience overwhelm in your own unique way. You may feel a bit depressive or anxious, or the feeling of spread too thin, even though maybe not much has changed in your outer world. You can't really point to a person or a circumstance that is giving you problems, that you could say, oh yes, that's why I feel depressed or anxious, because this or that. But when you explore that, either that's not present for you, or if there are things that you could point to, they may not be in proportion to what you're actually feeling inside. So this is the time to recognize all these feelings and sensations as a kind of barometer. That your being, your soul, your body, your mind, your heart, your emotions are saying, please, can we have equal time in your awareness? Can we stop being denied or rejected or repressed or forgotten? That is one of the things that human beings feel as very hurtful, is to be forgotten. So what parts of yourself have you forgotten deliberately? And maybe that was for survival and necessary, but now you will find that it's not even that it would take more effort to stay in denial or to forget or repress. You will find it impossible to do so. Because this is what you all have been asking for. Every moment you spend on a mindful, expanded, conscious, spiritual path, living that conscious life, you have been saying, please, I want to understand self. I want to be enlightened. And that's all enlightenment is truly knowing self. And you cannot have that unless you include every part of yourself within the whole. So I'm telling you this today because this is a very exciting time. And while it may stir up discomfort, you may get triggered, sometimes old traumas might be re-triggered. You may have old fears get triggered. But each and everything that comes to your awareness, particularly repeatedly, that is the part of you that is saying, please, give me equal acceptance, give me equal love, give me an equal place at the table of life. Because that is the great energy of this new time. It is balance, it is equity, equality, unity, all these things that you all have been striving for, asking for, yearning for, hoping for. Now is that time. And it is not always easy to get there. Because your acquired self has collected things that are not going to resonate. So for some of you, there may be a time, especially now here at the beginning of the year, this is going to smooth out more towards the middle part of the year, so 4 or 5 months from now, but this beginning part may feel a little rough because there's going to be parts of you that want to continue doing what you've been doing, but the energy now will not allow it. Not because you're being punished, not because you're being singled out and you don't get to have what you want, even if that's hanging on to old negative behaviors and thoughts and denial of self. But it simply is. This energy that is emerging here and getting stronger and gaining traction every day, it simply does not allow for that dishonesty with self, the denial of self, and staying on a conscious spiritual path. But I promise you, beloved ones, I promise you, there is just as much positive abundance here, now, really blossoming at this time in your world, as there is this abundance of clarity around what isn't really conducive for your happiness at this time. But here at the beginning, because there's a big surge of clarity, transparency, loving truth that is growing, there may be these months that you feel that things are not going well for you, that you are really struggling, that you are trying to change your outer life and it may not be flowing well. So I'm encouraging you, I'm guiding you to look within, to look to your behaviors, your prejudices, your judgments about yourself. Is there anything that you keep saying, oh, I'd never do that? Or I'd never this, I'd never, I can't do that. That's not for me. Look beneath those words. Not that I'm telling you, if you say you can't do it, I'm not telling you you have to do it. I'm saying look beneath the nevers and the can'ts and the shouldn'ts. What's hiding under there? What part of yourself do you keep trying to minimize or cover up? Maybe the part of you that has not been kind to you, the critical voice, the part of you that doesn't feel as though they are enough. And it seems like keeping them stuffed in a box in the corner is the way to go. And that if you gave that part of yourself equal time and an equal space at the table, that you would be then letting them take over that critical self. But no, it is because there are parts of you that don't feel equal within your own self, that exacerbate those feelings of not enough, can't do it, should, ought to, push and force. Coax every part of you to the table. Make it a round table, right? No one at the head, no one at the foot. Make it a round table, like your stories of medieval knights. Let the equity, the equality, let it begin within you, consciously. Day by day, what part of myself today can I invite to the forefront where I live, right? What part of me today needs to come out of hiding, even just a little bit? And then the next day, a little bit more. And you can invite your own self, these parts of self that have remained hidden, you can invite them out, coax them out, tempt them to the table with love, set the table with love, send out the invitation with love. And be patient with yourself. You are going to have some growing pains in these first few months. Some of you may not feel them too much. Others, it may be bigger. But trust, please trust that you are not doing anything wrong, beloved ones. It is just the message is getting louder and harder to ignore. That there are simply parts of yourself that still feel marginalized, diminished. And those parts are not being invited to take over. Invite them with love. into balance, into wholeness. And listen to yourself. You are worth listening to. And whatever positive abundance you need in order to support and love and encourage these parts of yourself that have been diminished or minimized, whether it's your feelings, your thoughts, your ideas, your creativity, your sexuality, it doesn't matter. It's all deserving of an equal place at the table. This positive abundance is going to be right there to bring you what you need. And the key is just to be willing to listen to yourself, listen to honor what you are hearing, to have patience with yourself. And to know that whatever you are experiencing, whatever you need for your own health, your own well-being, it's all right. And I'll hold your hand, and together we will just take one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 day at a time. Keep it very simple. Focus on one thing at a time, one part of yourself at a time, and trust that all will open more and more to this glorious abundance that is blossoming in 2025. I love you. Namaste. Well, I love knowing that this is a year of abundance. That just really, that excites me. Even the less than positive stuff, because I don't know about you all, but I am here doing this with you all in this community because I really do want to set every part of myself free. So the knowing that this is a year where there's so much energy and available to us, to do that is great. And it also is so helpful for me to know that if I get too bogged down in the struggle, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, there's an abundance of that too. Oh, I'm so glad. Branislav, it's great to see you, my dear. Glad you could join us. Dr. TM, it's beautiful. So glad you're here. And Ricardo, you are so welcome always. And Angela, you as well. Jenny, for sure. And Sherry, I'm glad you enjoyed that. That's awesome. You are welcome, Grace. I set my table, blew me. I love that analogy. You know, just that simple sitting down with all the parts of myself equally and sharing a meal, a simple meal of love, of nurturing love that just, yeah, it takes a lot of the pressure off of, oh, there's so much wrong with me and I have to keep digging, and I have to fix this and fix that. I am not that person anymore. Thank goodness. I just do not feel that there's anything about me that requires fixing. It's all just about refinement and getting to know myself, a little bit better each day. And that's just so beautiful. And that all comes from Mother. All comes from her and her teachings. Mother Mary. After TESF, Miriam is my name, Hope of Mother Mary. I'm not, oh, that's so sweet, Dr. TM. I'm not sure what that means, but I don't know what TSF means. But thank you for sharing it. Penny, it's so great to see you. Oh wow! I'm so glad you were here to hear Mother's message. Then that's absolutely awesome. You are so welcome, Penny. I just love you. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that. Yes, Barbara agreed. This is the miracle I just want. Oh wow! Awesome. Great. Yes, they do. Mother and Yeshua definitely work as a team for sure. Oh, love you too, Jewel. Thank you for being here. Oh, and Jenny, that's fantastic. Oh, Mark, it's great to see you, my dear. Happy New Year. Thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful year as well. Now we're all going to have a year of abundance. I can't wait to hear about it throughout the year. All right, everybody, thank you so much. As you know, I have the full schedule up. There's 3 more live streams until we start School of Love. And then for me, it's literally all School of Love, like 6 days a week, School of Love. So we'll not be doing live stream during that time. And then I will pick back up in sort of mid-June when I come home from the England trip. So yeah, I'll of course I'll send out an email and let everybody know when I'm starting back. But the last live streams are scheduled and they are up, and I promise I will show up for them unless I get sick. That's the only that's the only thing that would keep me from doing it. Yes, agreed, Robert. So much, so much. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. Much love to you. And again, Happy New Year. And thank you for joining me again. Starting out the new year with all of you brings me a lot of joy. So